Okay, I'm up at the old four-wheel drive campground at Florence Falls in Litchfield. I'm going to go check out a waterfall today, hopefully, that I've never been to before. It's slightly off track. I'm going to climb up past Florence Falls, Shady Creek, up onto the tabletop, and then drop off into this waterfall that I've noticed in the distance. So we'll see how it goes. The monsoon's arrived. There's there's potentially 3 cyclones brewing off the coast at the moment. None of them are cyclones yet, but the rains are here. So it's good and bad news in that respect because it cools everything down, but obviously shuts all the roads too and the walking tracks. This is I'm not sure. I don't know if this is Florence Creek or Shady Creek. Anyway, it's a nice little swimming spot behind me here. Alright, I better keep going. There's no one around. There's a little boy over there to check for crocs though. See that? So that's looking for teeth marks. That's how the rangers tell if there's any crocs coming upstream. Alright, I'm going to start walking. So I'm just approaching Florence Falls at the moment. It's up there through the trees. I don't know if you can see that white buoy there. Buoy. You might think I'm joking, but that is the crocodile detection method. The lengths I go to get some video, eh? Alright, so that big waterfall was Florence Falls, obviously. I'm on the Shady Creek walk now. I might, if the sun's out when I come back, I might have a swim at Florence on the way back. We'll see how we go. It's, I don't know, probably 26 degrees at the moment. Probably 90% humidity, I'm guessing. It's been pouring with rain all morning. It's meant to pour rain again this afternoon. And there's a big monsoon, like I said, big monsoon low coming through. So it's only going to get worse over the next few days. So I've used this opportunity to get out for a walk because I might not have too many more opportunities on this visit to Darwin. We shall see. So these walks around Florence Falls, these are all, as long as you stay close to the falls, like Shady Creek, Florence Falls themselves, Bewley Rock Hole, they're all good, well-marked tracks. I'm going to leave the tracks though and climb up onto the plateau, so it's a little bit different up there. Yeah, so this is Shady Creek. So I've left the Shady Creek track and I'm climbing up the tabletop link track now. So I'm leaving the monsoon rainforest, heading into the more open savanna country up here on the plateau. It's a little bit of a climb, it's a bit rough. It's not too bad though. It's only fairly short, this climb. Alright, got to go up this rock, so I might put the camera away. It could be slippery. So I was up here in June, I think it was, doing the tabletop track. And this was a barren wasteland. Basically the whole plateau had been burnt. So now we've had a little bit of rain. It's starting to come back. But yeah, it didn't make for a very enjoyable experience for Joanne and I on the tabletop track when you're walking through just scorched earth for days. I understand the need for prescribed burns, but maybe they need to kind of do it like Litchfield, like Nipmuc, where they do more of a patchwork type burn. Anyway, they probably know what they're doing a lot more than me. I'm sure there's a reason they do it the way they do it. Okay, this is the tabletop track. I'm going to swing along that now for a while. There's the book. Gee, it's seen better days. Yeah. Not a lot of love here. Anyway, this waterfall is marked on my map, so it's going to be a bit of a exploratory walk now to see if I can find it again. All right, we'll see how we go. I hope I don't run into a buffalo through here. This is eye level. Geez, I'm glad to be out of that. That got up over head high in a few spots. I was just basically pushing through a wall of grass. This is a lot nicer. It's about waist, mid-thigh, waist high, this grass here. Give it another month though, it'll be head high, I reckon. All right, I was down here the other day and I bumped into some buffalo, so I'm wasn't that far from here. I'm kind of keeping a bit of an eye out for that. Okay, I can hear that waterfall. So it's time to leave the tabletop track. See if I can drop down into this little gorge. This is the bit where things will go a little bit Burke and Wills, I reckon. We'll see how we go. I picked up a lot of leeches around Florence Falls, so I'm hoping there's not quite so many down in this gully. We'll see how we go. First things first, I've got to get into it, and then I've got to get up to the waterfall. All right, I'll turn this off for a while I try and negotiate this steep country down here. Okay, well I'm down in the creek line successfully. Now, I reckon that waterfall is upstream, obviously. Well, not obviously, I suppose it could be downstream. So I'm thinking there's going to be a little bit of wading, a little bit of rock scrambling up here. We shall see. I'm also thinking these rocks are going to be slippery. No, they're not too bad. Gee, this is a nice little pool, this one. Wow. This is real Raiders of the Lost Ark stuff through here. So I reckon this one's a little bit deep to just wade through the middle, unless I want to swim. I'm trying to ease around the side of it a bit. The camera all of a sudden goes underwater. Yeah, you know what I've stepped on wasn't solid. Oh shit, I'm going to step down there. What have I got? Ooh. That's the short level. Gators aren't doing much now. Pretty nice. Now this spot's pretty sweet. Covered in green ants. Excuse me. Well, I reckon this pool behind me will do for a bit of a swim. I got some rocks over here I can put my gear on. All right, I'm going to strip off and jump in. Okay, let's go exploring a bit more. I've got rid of my pack. This little plunge pool's nice. Got a little sandy bottom. This is as close to paradise as it gets. I'll show you the gorge behind me. Okay, scrambled up to this one. Sorry if the camera's fogging up or you can't hear me. Let's get a keep going, I suppose. Okay, so that's pretty well the top. This is the start of that little gorge. I've climbed out of it. A couple of leech bites. Have a look at that one. Ugh. That's not from here though, that's from Florence Falls. Alright, I'm going to scramble my way back down there, back to my gear, have some lunch. And maybe start retracing my way back to the ute before I run out of luck with the rain. Okay, I'm pretty well scrambled back down to my pack. This pool here near this big overhang where my clothes are down there is probably the best. It's about, at the moment in the early wet season, it's about chest deep, maybe a little bit deeper. Nice sandy base over there. You can see to get in off. And there's an overhang up there where I got my stuff, where you can keep your stuff dry if it rains. It's not a bad scramble. I've had a lot dodgier scrambles. This is probably the hardest bit, getting down this little waterfall here. There's some roots over there. You could probably go up around there somehow, but I'm just going down these roots. Okay, I'm dressed. I'm heading back down to the ute. That was, if you can hear me, that was amazing. I've looked at this spot a few times, and I thought one day I'm going to come in here. Today was the day, and I'll tell you what, be careful I don't trip over here, I'm wading down in the middle of the creek. That was worth it. That was really nice, like in a Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of way. Even now, maybe you can see me. But yeah, it's amazing in Australia. There's still places like this you can find. If you don't mind walking a little bit. I've only walked about 3.5 k's, I guess, to get here, maybe 4. Admittedly, some of it was off track, and the bits that were on track, some of them were a little on the vague side. But yeah, what a beautiful spot. Have a look what I'm looking at here. All right, I've got to get down there, so I might turn this off. I've already slipped over once and scored my knee. All right, I'll catch up with you when I climb out of here. In case anyone's wondering, that's where the bunyips live. So this little gorge actually keeps going a bit down there. So this is where I've met it, this big plunge pool here, which would be a nice one for swimming too. You got some rocks down there. I'm going to climb back up this gully. Yeah, back up onto the tableland. So the further down there you go, obviously, the greater the croc risk. No trouble here with all these waterfalls, but you have to stop somewhere. So I'll save that little walk for another day. All right, let's get back up on the tabletop track. Okay, there's a track around here somewhere. Let's see if we can find it, eh? can almost see the grass growing in front of your eyes at this time of the year. Everything's so green. It's where I was worried about meeting a water buffalo on the way in. There's the marker. Oops, caught on there. Okay, well I'm almost off the tabletop plateau. I'm just dropping down. I'm just about to drop into Shady Creek down the link track. Some of those flowers over here. And once I get down to Shady Creek, the plan is to maybe do a loop around past the lookout for Florence Falls, back down to Florence Falls, and then out to the Ute. We'll see how that all goes. This little Shady Creek isn't without its attractions either. I mean, it suffers a bit probably because it's so close to Florence Falls and Bewley Rock Hole, or Rock Holes. But yeah, it's definitely a few spots in there. You could have your own little private spa bath, I reckon. All right, I'm back on the Shady Creek. What do they call it? Shady Creek Link Walk. Right, I'm going to swim right this time. So I'm just dropping down. I guess we're going to cross Florence Creek here. And this big pandanus. They screw. I remember Joanne reading about this, telling me about this at somewhere we were walking. Apparently they go for this screw kind of trunk, and then when they get to a certain size they grow straight up. So if you see that one there is kind of growing straight up, but down the bottom here it has, you can see where it was that screw kind of trunk. Yeah, my feral flora lesson for the day. Totally butchered it, I think. Sorry, Joe. All right, this is Florence Creek, upstream of the falls, but downstream of Bewley Rock Holes. Looks like the water was over the bridge here recently, maybe last night. Not a bad swimming spot though. Yeah, so Bewley Rock Holes upstream, that's the creek I just crossed over there. I'm heading down to the plunge pool via the lookout and stairs. And then I'll walk out to the old four-wheel drive campground where I've got the car, got the ute parked. I can hear some cars up there, so I probably won't video a lot at Florence Falls. I was lucky this morning to get it, there was no one here. So that is Florence Falls down there. I don't know if you can see in these trees below me. Flying fox and fruit bats. Okay, looks like it's definitely tourist o'clock at the falls, so I might, it's just a short detour, I might give it a miss, because I went there this morning and I was on my own, so I'm a bit spoiled, but I always like these places on my own or with just a friend. Alright, so I've got to drop back down to the creek, and then I'll swing back along Florence Creek, back to the four-wheel drive camping, the old four-wheel drive campsite where I'm parked the ute, in the ute. So this is the little plunge pool near the old four-wheel drive camp, which is downstream of the falls a fair way. And they've got a little croc alarm over here. So this is it close up. There's a few more upstream. So the theory is if there's a croc, he'll come and sink his teeth into that buoy. And the rangers will know he's there. Alright, time to head back to Darwin, I think. Oh, I've got a hot dinner date with Sam. And a nice soft bed. And I'll be able to treat a few of these leech bites that I've picked up today. And get some ice from my knee. It's all part of the fun. In case you're wondering, I've got my my gaiters on, cleaning them off. Everything's wringing wet anyway, so that knee, geez, I've done some damage to that knee. Oh. Alright, car's just up there. I'll sign off in a sec. Okay, according to All Trails, did about 7.6 k's on this walk. It's pretty, as far as off-track walking goes, it's pretty easy. I'm lucky, like I mentioned earlier, the monsoon's arrived, so it's dropped about 10 degrees off the temperature. So it's actually pretty pleasant walking up here at the moment. But what I have lost is the blue skies, of course. But anyway, such is life. All right, I'm back at the car park. There's a few other cars that turned up here. Looks like the locals know to park down there. Territory plates on those cars. All right, I'm going to head back to Darwin for dinner with Sam, and I'll catch up with you on the next walk.